Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Welcome. It has been a while since we've been live here on the channel. The last time we went live, we were talking Rappy Devers here. It's been a while since we've been live here on the channel. The last time we went live, we were talking Rappy Devers here. It's been a while since we've been live here on the channel. The last time we went live, I'm going to tell you how Rappy Devers has been a while since we've been live. We got a little bird. I'm going to tell you how Rappy Devers has been a while since we've been live. We got a little bird. I'm going to tell you how Rappy Devers has been a while since we've been live. We got a little bird. I'm going to tell you how Rappy Devers has been a while since we've been live. We got a little bird. I'm going to tell you how Rappy Devers has been a while since we've been live. We got a little bird. I'm going to tell you how Rappy Devers has been a while since we've been live. We got a little bird. I'm going to tell you how Rappy Devers has been a while since we've been live. We got a little bird. I'm going to tell you. All right. Nope. All right. Is that better? I think that might be better. I don't know why that was happening. Why was that happening here? Okay. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if this is better. Okay. That's better. Okay. Does the microphone sound okay? We're off to a rough start here for the 2025 draft. But honestly, I think that could perfectly depict how this draft actually goes. Because this has a chance to be a pretty messy draft overall. There's a lot of uncertainty here at the top. And like I was saying, I don't know why I can't hear anything on my iPad here. I don't know what is going on. What the heck ended up happening here? Let me close this out. Let me try it again. But those of you just joining me, we do have a little bit of news. There could be a surprise number one pick here. Could be a surprise number one pick. I don't know why the volume on my iPad's not working. I don't know what even just happened, but we're a mess over here. But there could be a surprise at the number one pick. You got to remember, Scott Boras, he represents both Ethan Holliday and Kade Anderson. So there could be a chance here, from what I was told by a source, there could be an underslot deal possibly at number one. That could very well happen here. We'll have to see what ends up happening. But once again, give me a thumbs up in the chat. Okay, so microphone is good. I don't know what happened. For some reason, I think the reason we were getting an echo before it kept saying good evening every single time, I think for some reason it connected my iPad over to here. Oh, this is why. Okay, this might be good. There we go. I figured it out. I got it now. Okay, we're good to go. How we doing, everybody? Welcome. Thank you for joining me here tonight. We do this every single year. Robert, how you doing, my friend? Rahul, Swahara, Jordan, Corbin, Mr. Space Spy, how are we doing? King Darius, how are you doing, my friend? Amy, hello. David, how are we doing? James, how you doing, my friend? Welcome, James. Thank you for signing up to be a member of the channel. But I will be updating the little ticker on the bottom as we go. Obviously, no one's been picked yet, so we will be updating that throughout the night. I'll be going over, different scouting reports for these guys. We'll be looking at different things going on, right, throughout the draft. Obviously, if there's any sort of underslot deals, surprise picks, whatever it may be. But we'll be all over it here tonight. And feel free, ask away in the chat. What do you think? Asking me whether or not, who goes where. Let me know. Greg, who goes at number 6? I'm thinking number 6 here for the Pirates. I mean, I'm biased in my own thinking because I think the Pirates really need a bat but I would love for them to get Iva Arquette. I would love for them to get maybe even Ike Irish. That's another thing I was told today, that Ike Irish could possibly be going in very well into the top 10. There could be a deal there maybe. I've been hearing Miami on Ike Irish. That could be a bit of a surprise. I've been thinking more, they stick with the prep player demographic instead of going with a college bat. But that could make some sense for the Marlins to go with a college bat. Because, the Marlins, sure, they're stocking up on prospects here over the last couple of years, trying to really beef up that farm system again. And, I wonder if a college bat could actually be the way they go. Could, maybe even someone like Iva Arquette possibly if he gets there. But I was told that Ike Irish could very much be a possibility for the Marlins today. I was told Eli Willits could be in play for the number 1 pick. Could be in play. Again, it's going to go down to the wire, in my opinion. You got Scott Boras. He represents both Ethan Holliday and Kade Anderson, so he's going to be looking for the full slot. If the Nationals, it's very interesting with the Nationals because obviously, they just had some turnover in the front office, getting rid of their GM. Davey Martinez no longer there. And you kind of wonder, could this kind of throw things for a loop for the Nationals? I don't think so necessarily, because you got to remember, these organizations, man, they have been working on this stuff for months. This goes back to last year. So I think it's one of those things where I don't think it's really going to, it's not like those guys left and all of a sudden they're going to think completely different. I think they're pretty much dialed in. They've been dialed in, but we'll see. I mean, it's been really up in the air between Kade Anderson and Ethan Holliday. I was told Eli Willits could be a possibility for the number 1 pick. Jeff Passon's here in the chat. Who will Boston take? I don't know. We get a super chat. Jake, $1.99. Who do you think the Astros will take? The Astros usually go the college demographic. I think it's interesting with them. Could they, go with someone like a Brendan Summerhill, Vahiva Aloy? I could honestly see them going that route. Maybe Jace Laviolette, possibly. That's just usually the way they go. They don't go prep player very often. The last time they went prep player was Forrest Whitley. So, I don't know. I just feel like in this range, you're probably looking at one of these college bats. I will say maybe Kason Cunningham is a possibility. He's a very good bat. I could totally see the Astros going after him if he's still on the board. That's going to be the question, is whether or not Kason Cunningham will be on the board at that time. Got the Nats on the clock. It is now 6:02. We are live. I don't know if they're going to be updating this here as we go. If you are just joining me, thank you. We do this every single year. This has been a very fun thing every single year, so I appreciate all of you joining me. Again, I don't know if... oh, here we go. They just updated it. Alrighty. Well, I got this on the TV. They're clearing off the stage, ladies and gentlemen. Clearing off the stage. MLB channel, how you doing, my friend? Don't know if Holliday's going number 1. I don't know either. I did pick him in my mock draft, but again, he's a Boras client. I just feel like in the end, when I made my mock draft, I was thinking they'll just get it done. They'll figure it out. I will say this. If Holliday does not go number 1, how fun would that be if he goes to the Rockies at 4? How fun would that be? That would be amazing. Everybody, while you're here with me, all I ask, just hit that like button for me. That's all I ask. Let's try and get the likes up here. The goal for the likes tonight, we want 500 likes on the stream here tonight. The Robo Buck, good evening. Welcome to the show. Yeah, MLB channel, yeah. I mean, the Nationals firing Rizzo, that is a pretty big deal. I don't know if that's necessarily going to fully come into play with this. They have had their guys now, possible picks for, I would imagine, a while, right? Holliday, Kade. Again, I was told today Eli Willits could be a strong possibility for number 1. We'll see what they end up doing. I think outside of that, I don't know. Do you go with a Seth Hernandez? No way. Could that be the first time ever a prep pitcher goes number one. I doubt that. I will say this, though. I've been feeling very good about Seth Hernandez to the Mariners, and I had people telling me that, like, no way. No, he's not going to go top three. No way. But the more I think about it, I feel like the Mariners, if they're ever in a position to go with a prep pitcher, they've been going college when it comes to pitchers. I think if there's ever a time to do it, I think you should go Seth Hernandez at number three. Personally, I see a lot of people saying Iva Arquette. I just don't. I know you don't draft for need, but I feel like the last couple of years more so when you're seeing these college players coming off the board, you don't draft for need, but like they really do fit when it comes to timeline. So I'm more looking at timeline. And I feel like Seth Hernandez, with where the Mariners are at right now, makes a lot of sense for their organization because their farm is stacked. They can take their time with him because you got Logan Gilbert, you got George Kirby, you got these guys, these young guys, Logan Evans, right? They got guys that are going to be under control for a little while. So Hernandez, they don't need to rush. Here's Rob Manfred. Rob Manfred is here. Rob Manfred is here. He's just doing his introduction speech right now. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get any sort of last minute news when it comes to anything going on. Again, if you are just joining me, we got right around 500 people. Eli Willits is definitely in play for number one. And Ike Irish. I was told personally he could be a Marlin. Look out for Ike Irish for the Marlins. He has popped up on some late mock drafts here. Let me actually go pull up some mock drafts. Let me actually go pull that up here. So, Baseball America, let's go to their final mock draft. Let's go here. I think Kylie McDaniel just pulled out his. These guys are so dialed in with all of this. All right, so taking a look here. Let's take a look, see where is... There we go. All right, so Kylie McDaniel, he has Kade Anderson going number one. I wouldn't be surprised about this. I think it really comes down to what's the money going to look like. I think the Nationals... Here's another thing as well when it comes to this draft. There is a lot of depth in this draft. It's not very top heavy. Also, why do I have two cameras playing? What is going on with my what is going on? Why do I got two cameras going on, right? What the heck? I'm a mess over here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a mess. But there's a lot of depth in this draft. So, it's not very top heavy. I think this is a draft where you could see a lot of underslot deals in the first round to help save some money because there's a lot of good players. I mean, you really you go back, you go into the hundreds, and you can find guys with good hit tools, good power, decent pitching prospects where you can get them. You could really spread out the money in this, right? And you could even you could offer more money to some guys, maybe to try and skip college, right? Some of these high school guys offer up a little bit more money. I could totally see a lot of that happening in this draft. Southern Time, how are we doing? We'll see. But for Kylie McDaniel, he has Kade Anderson going to the Nationals. Again, if they can come together on a deal, I could see it happening. And timeline-wise, I think Kade Anderson would make a lot of sense. Because, Mackenzie Gore is going to be a free agent in a couple of years, depending on whether or not they get him signed to an extension. But Kade Anderson, timeline-wise, he's going to be a quick mover through that farm. He pitched very well at LSU. I think he's solid. To me, personally, I know this might rub people the wrong way. I don't see Kade Anderson as like a a bona fide number 1 pick. I see him as like a top 5 pick. I think he's very good, but a number 1 pick. I think the Nationals, I wonder if they feel that. Maybe they feel like, that they don't want to go the full slot for him. Scott Boras, he's going to want to get the full slot. That's kind of what I see. I could see Kade Anderson, if they can come together on the money for sure. And, Ethan Holliday, right? Ethan Holliday makes, still to me, a ton of sense. I think he has a ton of upside. But that's where I wonder if you could get Eli Willits a little cheaper. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think the money is going to be huge with this pick. So, going to the rankings here, right? Ethan Holliday is ranked number 1. Seth Hernandez at number 2. Eli Willits number 3. So that's why I do think Willits could be a possibility. Because if they could save some money, I think Willits is going to be very good. I actually think he could end up having a shot at, one day down the road, he could end up being one of the better picks from this draft. He's got a really good hit tool. He just has good instincts for a young player, right? A guy like, I'm not going to compare him to Roman Anthony, but you look at the way Roman Anthony plays for the Red Sox over his first 30 or so games, it just looks like he really belongs there, Eli Willits is one of those guys. He just has a lot of maturity for his age. He just sees the strike zone very well. He recognizes pitches very well. He's got great bat speed. He's just really solid. I think if you could get him at a much cheaper cost compared to Holliday, I could see the Nationals doing that. But then again, if they wanted to really stick to the pitching route, we'll see. I think Kade Anderson is a big possibility. I like Kade Anderson a lot. He's got decent velo. He's not going to be a guy that blows you away. He's not going to be Paul Skeens by any means, but a guy that, he can get it up there around 97, 98. We'll see. But I really think Eli Willits could be the pick here. We'll see. It's going to come down to the money, in my opinion. Oh, is it Willits? Did they do it? They did it. And they take Eli Willits with the first pick. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, when I got my little birdies, man, I trust my birdies. I said that coming in here. It makes sense. It makes sense. They did this to save money. They thought, this is how I think the Nationals thought. They thought Ethan Holliday, okay, he's very good. Kade Anderson, very good. But like I said, I didn't see Kade Anderson as like a number 1 pick. I think he's definitely, for sure, top 5. For sure, top 3 even. I think Kade Anderson, he's on my top 5. But I don't see him as like a number 1 pick. That's just the kind of the way. And there's a lot of good college pitching in this draft as well. So I wonder if that's kind of what the Nationals were thinking there. I think this came down to money. Ethan Holliday, I think, is going to be very good. But I think they see Eli Willits could be just as good. And with Willits, taking a look at the scouting report here, I mean, he's got a good frame. He's going to be a little smaller than Holliday. Holliday definitely has more projection. He's got a 6'4" frame. Obviously, he's the son of Matt Holliday. The guy's going to be just a boulder. Very good hit tool at 55. There's more power upside. He's not going to be the fastest guy. But again, ladies and gentlemen, time and time again, shortstops are highly valued. And this is another thing here. Ethan Holliday, he is more projected to be a third baseman down the road because of his size. He doesn't move around very well. He's fine at shortstop, but Eli Willits, he's very athletic. He moves around very well at short. I'm not surprised with this pick, right? I was telling all of you, I could see a surprise pick, and, I stuck with Holliday in my mock draft, but I think that's what the Nationals think. I think they see a really good player in Holliday, but I think they see a really good one with Willits too. And they just saw where they could save a bunch of money. I'm very curious to see what the signing bonus is going to be. But this is a surprise pick. We've had a lot of pretty obvious number one picks. Go back a couple of years ago, people were thinking Dylan Cruz, Paul Skeens could be one of those guys. But, looking back on it, the Pirates, they definitely made the right pick. We got a super chat here. Sound FX, $10 super chat. Hey, Robbie, still soaking in the fact that the MLB All-Star Weekend has finally come to Atlanta. Braves still waiting on whether we finish the game in St. Louis. Do we need the break? We do. You do. The Braves, they've definitely been up and down this year. It's been an interesting time for the Braves. Let's see what they end up doing at the deadline. Man, I wish I was at this draft. That is going to be a goal for me in the next couple of years. To get to the draft, I really want to be there in person. I would love to be able to get some credentials, talk to people out there. But Riley August, this is a good point here. You're saying Holliday to the Rockies. Well, this could be a big possibility now, and this could be a really fun pick. I'll put this over on here. How do I make this bigger? So Riley August, maybe Holliday to the Rockies. I mean, this could definitely happen. So now let's focus on the Angels. Now, I had Kade Anderson going to the Angels. I still think that's going to happen here. To me, I don't think the Angels will take Ethan Holliday. I think they really, again, you don't draft for need. But if there is a time when you're looking at the Angels, you look at the talent they have on the offensive side of things, a pitcher here could make some sense. And I think just for their organization, they need to beef up the pitching. So I think timeline-wise, Kade Anderson makes sense, more sense than Ethan Holliday. But Brock, could Ethan Holliday maybe go to the Cardinals? I mean, I think for the Rockies, I don't see Holliday getting by the Rockies. I just don't think that's going to happen. But wow, Eli Willits, number one pick. Gotta love that, man. That's great. It's funny, the two guys. I gotta switch out here. I gotta make a bit of a change. I gotta add Willits here because he is the number one pick. So that feels silly not to have him on here. Let me add Eli Willits. Let's see. Why can I not add? Let me see if I can fix this. How do I fix this? Well, darn. Hold on. Let me see. Let me go here. Main camera. Well, of course, I can't. I saved it as the wrong file. Let's open it up. Oh, Angels coming. Oh, here are the Angels. Whoa! No way! Are you serious? What? What kind of a pick is this? Bremner. Wow, they went Bremner. That's a big underslot deal. I mean, hey, they're keeping the guy in California. Wow. Okay, well, where is Kade Anderson going right now? Holy, Carter Hawkins just said it perfectly. Holy underslots, Batman. Wow, we have a draft here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, please. Mariners, come on. I need one pick right. That's my goal for every mock draft, to get one right. One. I really hope they go Seth Hernandez. I mean, well, the Angels, they agreed they wanted pitching, but they saw they're definitely going to be able to sign him for a lot less. Absolutely. I can't wait to see what Angels fans think about this. But like I said all of this, right at the beginning of the stream, I said, listen, this could be a draft where you see a lot of underslot deals because it's not top heavy. You got good guys at the top, but you want, these are good, maybe great players. Obviously, all these guys coming out of the draft, they are maybes at the end of the day, but there's not as much of a ceiling with a lot of these players, right? Especially guys that have been projected for the top of the first round. But that's where, again, there's a lot of good players lower down where you could argue like that guy could end up being just as good. And you could get him for a lot cheaper. You know, money is a big thing, man, when it comes to the draft. Paul, Bremner's my guy. Well, this could really change up a lot of things because I had the A's getting Tyler Bremner. I thought that was a nice spot. I thought maybe the White Sox, the Reds, they do like college pitching. So I thought maybe even the Blue Jays, I thought maybe Bremner could have gone there. But this is a pretty wackadoodle here. So again, and this is where I said, you know, over on Monster Territory on the postgame show, for the Red Sox, you know, sorry to bring up my Red Sox here, but I was saying that like when you're a team that's in that range, you have to wait and see how that first round, the top 10 goes in the first round, even, you know, the top 12, because things could just completely fall in a different way. So Jake, $1.99. Now this draft just got interesting. Absolutely. Very interesting draft here. Jake, thank you for that super chat. Really appreciate that. I love the avatar, my friend. I actually really hope that's you. I'm guessing that's not, but I hope it is because that's amazing. Very interesting draft. So what could happen here at number 3? I'm going to say, listen, I think Kade Anderson could definitely be in play. I think he could be in play. I mean, the Mariners, they have leaned more towards college pitching in the years past. Well, this is a chance for them to keep on that path. And, you know, a lot of people thought, well, there's no way he gets to Seattle. Ty, who do you like for the Pirates? I mean, I think for the Pirates, I like Bats. But at this point, I don't even know what's happening. We got 2 guys here that I did not think were going to go 1-2. I thought there was a chance Willits could have gone 1. That's a huge underslot. But Bremner at 2? I didn't see that. I like Bremner. Let's actually go over Bremner here really quick just to give you guys an idea. He is ranked number 11 on Baseball America. He's got a good fastball, but a very good changeup. You could say the best changeup in this entire draft. So, and he throws a lot of strikes. I think Bremner, he's a very high floor guy. Good velo, very good changeup. He's going to have a decent slider. Maybe they could add another pitch, but he's going to throw a lot of strikes. A guy that I think could be in the rotation for the Angels over the next couple of years. But the most important thing is this saves money for the Angels. So, the first 2 picks, they're saving a lot of money. All right, here comes the pick. I'm going to guess it's going to be... I really wanted Seth Hernandez to be the pick here, but now that Kade Anderson's available and the Mariners, they like college pitching, I think it's going to be Kade Anderson. There you go. Right? I think the Mariners even thought to themselves, there's no way Kade Anderson gets to number 3. I got to update the ticker. Here. Hold on a second. All right, let's do it. Here we go. Eli Willits, shortstop. Angels, Tyler Bremner, right-handed pitcher. And Seattle, they take Kade Anderson out of LSU. All right. Well, there we go. Now, with Kade Anderson, I like Kade Anderson a lot. He's got some good breaking stuff. again, like he's a very high floor guy. He's got a 60 slider, 60 curveball, 55 on the slide. He's not going to blow you away with velo. I look at Anderson, like I see a guy. I mean, he's got what I'm looking at the windup. Just a pretty fluid motion for the most part. It's a bit of an aggressive delivery. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like long term he's going to end up being fine. Decent amount of arm action. I think Kade Anderson, I mean, he's a very high floor guy. A guy, if he stays healthy, he'll be in the rotation for the Mariners in the next couple of years. But I also think this is a good pick for Anderson as well. They don't need to rush him, whereas the Angels, I mean, they were probably wanting, this guy to be up with them in like the next year, right? So I think for him, he probably feels relieved going to somewhere like Seattle where he can take his time a little bit more. But what's going to happen here with the Rockies? I got to think the Rockies are taking Holliday. How could you not take Ethan Holliday here? You have to take Ethan Holliday, right? Unless they want to go with college pitching. I thought last year, they were going to end up with Chase Burns before the Reds ended up taking him. So in my mock draft, I had Jamie Arnold out of FSU going to Colorado. So could they go that route? Could you go Liam Doyle? I wonder now, is Holliday going to slide? If the Rockies don't pick him here, I think Holliday, I would think maybe St. Louis for Holliday if the Rockies don't pick him. I mean, if we were to go here to the board, I think St. Louis, I think it makes a lot of sense for them to take Holliday if he's there. I really honestly think, I think the Rockies could lean more towards college pitching here. They need pitching. So I'm still going to think Jamie Arnold or Liam Doyle could be in play. Seth Hernandez could, I don't know, man. I would feel terrible for Seth Hernandez if he went to the Rockies. I think Hernandez at this point, if you're the Cincinnati Reds, you're thinking, you're pretty excited that Seth Hernandez was not taken by the Mariners. So, because the Reds, they've been connected with him for a long time. The Blue Jays, I could see taking Hernandez. I could see them taking one of the college pitchers if they're there. I'm thinking Ike Irish is going to the Marlins based off of what I've been told here today. I think Irish is going to be a Marlin unless they have like a change of heart and they go with a prep player. Yeah, Eddie Kade, Colorado, maybe take JoJo Parker. If they wanted to go the prep route instead of Holliday, they would save money. They definitely would. The Rockies, they're in an interesting spot here. Very interesting spot. Nicholas, what pick do the Yankees have? The Yankees don't have a pick in the first round. They don't pick until the compensation round. I mean, it's saying... Well, it's still round one, but these are more compensation picks. So, Jeff Passan just gave me the tweet. Ethan Holliday going number 4. I don't like that. Listen, I love Jeff Passan, but I don't want him leaking out picks. Like, I kind of want to just react to it as it happens. Am I the only one that feels that way? I kind of want Passan to maybe just hold until it gets revealed. Is that just me? Am I delayed? I mean, here's the... maybe I am delayed. I'm sorry. There it is. Ethan Holliday. Going to his father's team. Oh, I'm delayed. Oh, okay. Well, I take back what I said about Passan. I'm sorry. I love Passan. I'm thinking like, man, Passan, please don't leak it. I want to react to it. All right. Well, what are the Cardinals going to do? Ethan Holliday off the board. He fell a little bit. This is a good pick for the Rockies, man. The Rockies, they got to find ways to develop pitching. But what they've always been very good at is they've had good offensive players over the years. So, Ethan Holliday, let's talk about him. So, he is the number 1 ranked prospect here. I talked about him a little bit earlier, but he's got a good hit tool, recognizes pitches well, has pretty solid plate discipline. Power, though, that's going to be the big thing for him. And this could end up being really good for the Rockies, man. With the power upside that he has, this guy could be a monster in Colorado. Holy cow. Sound FX, Ethan Holliday off the board. Pitcher perfect pick. Son of Matt Holliday. Spent several years Colorado. Yeah, man. Yeah, you always got to love that story. But I'm looking at it from just the skill set. This guy could be a 40 home run a year kind of a guy in Colorado. I really do think that. Tons of upside. Great build. 6'4". Guy's huge. He's coming out of high school and he's 6'4". What the heck was Matt Holliday feeding him? Goodness gracious. Now, with Ethan Holliday, he's not going to get that 60 hit. While he does have good plate discipline, he's not going to go outside the zone and chase. But he does have a little bit of swing and miss. So that is a big thing to pay attention to. But I think he'll end up being fine. Corbin, do I think Boston reaches on a starting pitcher? I don't know what they're going to do. I hope they get Gage Wood. That's my pick. That's the guy I want. But I could see them... I could see him maybe going like a prep player here. They went college last year with Brady Montgomery. The top of their farm is looking very good right now. But I think Craig, he's probably going to want... I mean, he has many chances to do that in this entire draft. It's not just round 1. But I think Craig, he's really looking to beef up the bottom of the farm system. Right? So that's why I wonder if he could go with a prep player. James, $10 super chat. Thank you, James. Really appreciate that, my friend. What do we got here? James, thank you so much. Let's see. Why is it popping up there like that? Ugh, I hate that. Is there a way? Okay, here we go. That's better. Bremner might be the safest starting pitcher, not the highest ceiling, but he fits what the Angels front office has done. Ownership will not let them invest in development, so high school presence are big risks. Yeah, I mean, I expected them to go college. That's why I thought Kade Anderson would be the right pick. But they probably thought, okay, we can get Bremner, who has decent velo, good changeup, throws strikes. You know, they probably just thought, all right, Cade's good, but we think Bremner's pretty good too, and we could save a lot of money. So I think it's a fine pick. It's not like, I think the Angels, they'll probably get clowned about it. You'll see a lot of people on social media probably like saying how awful of a pick it is. You should have went Kade Anderson. I could see people doing that. Cassis defender Liam Doyle allegedly going number 5. Could the Cardinals take a college arm here? I thought Willits was going to go to the Cardinals. We'll see. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, just got a little birdie in my ear. Seth Hernandez to the Pirates. Seth Hernandez to the Pirates looking like a decent chance. Seth Hernandez could be going to the Pirates. But we're waiting on the Cardinals. Let's see what the Cardinals do. Wow, they took Liam Doyle. They took Liam Doyle. So I'm getting from my source that Seth Hernandez is going to be going to the Pirates. Let's see. I hope that goes as the birdie has told me. If that is true, then wow. I mean, I'm thinking the Pirates, man. Iva Arquette would be really good. Ike Irish would be really good. We will see. We got 1,000 people here. Thank you for joining me here, everybody. Really appreciate that. We do this every single year. It's always great. It's always great. But Liam Doyle going to the Cardinals. Let's talk about Liam Doyle. Mr. Liam Doyle. He gained a lot of steam here. He's pitched very well over the last couple of months. He's going to give you big velo, man. 70 fastball. The guy's going to come at you from the left side with just gas. Big competitor out there. That's the name of the game with Doyle, man. Gas. He's going to have a pretty decent off speed with the changeup. Slider could use a little bit more work. Cutter, that's at a 50. But the life on the fastball, that is something, man. That is something. We are waiting to see what happens here with the Pittsburgh Pirates. I was told Seth Hernandez is going to be the pick here. We will see. If they end up getting Seth Hernandez, the Pirates, man, holy cow, the pitching in their system. Yeah, but in my mock draft, I had Arquette going to the Pirates. But if he ends up falling, I wonder where Arquette could go. I'm a little nervous. I put it out there that Seth Hernandez is going to the Pirates. I'm a little nervous. Putting my job on the line. Oh, man. But I was told with 100% certainty. I'm very nervous about this because if that ends up being wrong, then I'm going to get clowned and people are never going to forget it, man. But I trust the person that told me. We will see. We will see. I very much trust the person that told me. But could you imagine if they do take him? Man, got Bubba Chandler, who's not even up at the major league level yet. I mean, obviously you got, Paul Skeens, but I'm looking at what they have in this system already. So, Michael, I wish they had trades. That would be interesting. Would be interesting. Another one here, now that Liam Doyle's off the board, I wonder where Jamie Arnold's going to end up going. He was my 4th pick in my mock. So Jamie Arnold, I think there's a couple of spots where he could end up going, right? The Reds. Look for the Reds, maybe. White Sox. I mean, hey, they just took Hagen Smith last year. I wonder, would they take another lefty? I don't know. Yeah, Jamie Arnold to the Reds, maybe. And hey, I mean, that'd be another great picture for the Reds to add. Just got Chase Burns last year. I mean, man, We got a lot. And they've taken college pitching here in the last couple of years, right? Rhett Lauder. I did it. I posted something on Twitter, and I got it. Yes. To my little birdie out there, thank you so much. To the little birdie. Thank you to the little birdie out there. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. It's always nerve-wracking putting stuff out there because it's like something happens, you get eaten alive, man. Everyone, go. I broke news. Go like my tweet. I broke some news. Kinda. I mean, it's whatever. But so I'm telling you, everyone, if I ever hear anything, whether that's anything with the draft or anything trades, I'm not making stuff up. Like, I'm not trying to, gain clout. Like, I will tell you the truth. And if I feel like something is like, I won't say it. John Zilla, how you feeling about Cedon? Very good. Very good. Cedon is amazing. But let's talk about Seth Hernandez here. Seth Hernandez, that's why I was really hoping the Mariners would take him. They've done such a great job with pitching. But to me, when you got Kade Anderson right there, who's a very safe pick, who could have gone number one, I think the Mariners made the right choice. There's less risk. High school pitchers, I think Hernandez is going to end up being really good. I really think that. I watched the mechanics. But then again, there's been guys in the past where they looked the part, they passed the eye test, and who knows? But with the Pirates, though, Seth Hernandez, this is a really good home for him. They've developed pitching. Paul Skeens, I would even say Paul Skeens doesn't even fully count because he was already just so good, right? I'm looking at the other guys the Pirates have developed, right? Look at, Bubba Chandler, one of the top prospects in the game. I believe they took him second round or third round. I don't remember. But I really like the mechanics of Hernandez. He's very smooth. He's got a big frame too, 6'4". Very good velo. He just looks like a guy that like a fully developed guy coming out of college already. Just smooth mechanics. Fastball at a 65 grade. Changeup. I love me a changeup, man. 70 grade changeup for Seth Hernandez. Throws strikes. I mean, I was watching him at the what do you call it? The I can't remember what it was called. Whatever, one of the showcases or the combine, sorry. Well, maybe not the combine. It was one of those combines. I forget the name of it. But I was watching him. I'm like, God, this guy just looks really good, right? Everything was smooth. Velo was hitting like 95, and it looked effortless. He was dropping in some good breaking stuff. The changeup, he threw a couple of them. It looked pretty good. So, David Young, would you like Jack Bauer to the Red Sox? I mean, that guy's got some velo. He's a big dude. I would love that. Love it. The Robo Buck. Robbie, your tweet is at 73 likes. Is it? I'm very happy for Seth Hernandez. That's a good home. I hope the Pirates get some bats. Please get some bats in this draft. Please. What do we got? It's risky. Cowboys season. Both of you are asking, who do the Cubs get? Cubs are interesting. I mean, they're right there kind of in that middle zone, so I think you still have to wait and see kind of what happens here. Marlins, my birdie, who told me, thank you to the birdie once again, but the one who just told me Seth Hernandez, he actually told me Eli Willits. I wasn't going to put that out there. Like, to me, no, I'll do Seth Hernandez at 6. I could not do Eli Willits at number 1. I could not put that out there. That's big. That's big right there. But Seth Hernandez, I was cool with that. He also told me earlier in the day that Ike Irish could be a big possibility for the Marlins. I think for the Marlins, the more I thought about it, I was thinking to myself, man, a college hitter actually could make some sense. Because I'm thinking, they're really trying to beef up the farm. Could they just go prep? But the more I think about it, I think a college player could make some sense. Timeline-wise. Oh, okay. I thought he was about to say Ike Irish. He said Iva Arquette. Going to the Marlins. I like that. Good. Take a college bat. For the Marlins, if Arquette, maybe a couple of years before you see him. But I think for the Marlins, they're probably not going to be there for a couple of years anyway. So I think timeline, he fits. I think it's a good pick for the Marlins. He was my pick for the Pirates. So, well, that makes sense. From my source, he was telling me Irish could be a possibility for the Marlins. Well, that tells me they were thinking college. So, and they stuck with a college player. I think for me, Arquette is a better pick than Ike Irish, especially if, depending on what the money was going to look like for a signing bonus. But I think it makes sense because Arquette is a guy that he could probably stick at shortstop. He's a big guy. So he's probably good chance he could move to third base down the road. But he plays a good defense over at short. I think he could end up staying there, like just a bigger shortstop. Either way, though, it's a bat that I think the Marlins really need. It's a good pick. I like this for the Marlins a lot. Now for the Blue Jays. Who do we got for the Blue Jays? Let's talk about the Blue Jays, shall we? I went with a young shortstop in JoJo. No, I didn't go with JoJo Parker. I went with Billy Carlson. Could JoJo Parker be a pick here for the Blue Jays? I wonder. But, you got Jamie Arnold could make sense here. Maybe. But then again, I wonder with Arnold. Oh no, they had technical difficulties with Ethan Holliday. His microphone wasn't working. But Jamie Arnold, I think they could go with him maybe. Could you go, I don't know, could you go maybe with a Kyson Witherspoon? The fact that Liam Doyle went before Arnold, I wonder if he ends up falling a little bit. We'll see. But hey, Blue Jays. Well, now that Seth Hernandez is off the board, I wonder what they do. For me, Blue Jays, I'm going to say it's either Arnold, Witherspoon, or one of the one of the prep shortstops in Carlson or Parker. I'm going to say one of those four. I like Billy Carlson and JoJo Parker. I think one of those guys would be pretty solid either way. Parker's going to have a better bat. Carlson's going to have amazing defense. I think Carlson would be a pretty good fit for the Blue Jays system because they've done pretty well at developing hitters. So I think that could be a pretty nice fit. Parker, he's got the more advanced bat right now. Oh, Jake, $1.99. Thank you for that, my friend. Oh, we actually had another. Oh, I'm sorry. We had another super chat earlier. CJ, $1.99. Do you think the White Sox go with Irish or Fisher? It's funny. I was thinking about, could the Blue Jays go with Irish here? I'm sorry. Maybe Irish could go to the Blue Jays. I could maybe see that. If they wanted to go get themselves a college bat. Maybe. Could be a nice bat for them in the next couple of years. So I could maybe see that. But for the White Sox, I think Irish could make some sense. Now, if I were to pull up Fisher here. Let's take a look-see. So Andrew Fisher, this would be a pretty decent reach. Number 28 on Baseball America right now. I mean, first base, I don't know. Probably not. I don't think they would go probably for a first baseman that high. I think, especially when you have a lot of just good like shortstop talent here. If Parker or Carlson are still on the board, I think the White Sox would probably go that way. I would think Irish would be more likely for the White Sox because it depends on, could he end up maybe moving to the outfield? He's a catcher right now. So their scouts a thing. Maybe he fits better in a corner outfield spot. I could see the White Sox going with Irish if he's there. But then you got some other guys here too, right? You got some good pitching, right? Could again Arnold, Kyson Witherspoon. That he was my pick in the mock. At this point though, this whole thing has just been messed up. So I don't know. Who knows at this point? Here we go. Next pick coming in. Oh no. They went with a shortstop. All right. They went with a shortstop. I had someone yelling at me on my mock draft video saying, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about because the Blue Jays clearly need pitching. I had Billy Carlson going there. The only reason I had Billy Carlson going was because, the reason I had JoJo Parker going ahead because the bat was better than I think Carlson could still be very good. So JoJo Parker, I think it's a great pick. Solid upside with the bat. He's going to play a pretty solid defense for the most part. He's going to move around pretty well. I like Parker. Kind of reminds me of who the Marlins took last year. I'm going blank on the name. Who did the Marlins take last year? I'm going completely blank. They took a high school shortstop. I don't know. Could the White Sox take Jack Bauers? I'm going to say no on that. I think that's too much of a risk at that point. Good velo, but he's got to work on the other stuff too. Who did the Marlins take last year? I'm going so blank. I can't remember who they took in the first round. Oh yeah, Morlando. That's who they took. They also took a shortstop later on. Who did they take? Who was the shortstop, the prep guy? I can't remember. Penguin fan, I really like JoJo Parker. Passing on Arnold, I don't think it's a good decision. Yeah, I can see Blue Jays fans not liking this. It's funny because I see Blue Jays fans, I see a bit of a split. I could see them, I see some of them saying, they should go with pitching. But then I see other Blue Jays fans saying, no, like pitching is fine. Just go with the bat, right? So I could see that being pretty split. We had a super chat coming in. Let me play that. We had a couple of super chats here from Jake again. I'll be happy if the Astros get Jace or Vaheva. Yeah. I think they're going to end up with one of the college bats. That's where I'm at currently. Danny, how we doing? What is a realistic trade package for Eugenio Suarez? Same question for Kelly and Naylor. Well, I think it depends on kind of who you're dealing with. I don't think you're going to get like a ton for Eugenio Suarez. I think a good couple solid prospects. He's a rental at the end of the day. I think the Yankees make a ton of sense for Suarez. A lot of other people out there think the same thing. I think Passan made an article recently. I got to do a video reacting to that. But I could see a couple of guys, in the top, maybe not in the top 5. I could see the Yankees maybe giving up someone like Brock Selvage, like someone like that, someone that's anywhere in like the 6 to 10 range in their farm. Maybe a couple of guys in the 10 to 15 range. I could see that. Maybe one guy in the 10 to 15, maybe someone in that 15 to 20. You're not going to get like a top prospect for Suarez, right? You'll get a solid one depending on the system, right? So someone like Brock Selvage, he could rank a lot higher in in other systems out there. The Yankees, they got some pretty solid prospects ahead of him. So it's kind of where I'm at. If it's the Yankees, I think someone in that range to lead a package could make a lot of sense. I saw the Diamondbacks, where I saw a report earlier that they could really be putting some guys on the table here. They're just floating around 500. I mean, they lost Corbin Burns. Corbin Carroll luckily came back very quick. I thought he was going to be out for a while. He came back really quick. So, but I think to me, Merrill Kelly, you asked here, same question for Kelly Naylor. Again, they're rentals, so you're not going to get like a ton. Maybe Kelly, you could end up squeezing out another prospect for him, because it is pitching. Naylor, he's a first baseman, so he's not going to have like a super ton of value. But again, like just like maybe like a good 2-3 prospects, right? Guys like maybe in that, depending on the system, I'd say on average, you're probably looking at anywhere from like 5 to 20, like a few prospects in there, one in that 5 to 10 range. So, Steele Hall is going number 9 to the Cincinnati Reds. I like this pick. Steele Hall is a guy that's got pretty solid bat speed. He's got quick hands. Just needs to kind of work on that swing and miss a little bit. He's got the tools to be a really good bat. Just kind of needs to clean up the plate discipline a little bit more. But he's a good athlete. I had him going to the Rays, so this is really interesting now. This is, wow, you're looking at all of the mock drafts out there, and man, oh man. It's funny because I was looking at the rankings the other day, and I'm thinking to myself, like the thing with Kason Cunningham, I love the bat with him, but it's looking like he'll probably end up being a second baseman, or at least as of right now. Who knows? Maybe he stays at short, but when it comes to the arm, it's probably more of a long-term fit at second base. So I was kind of thinking to myself, well, Steele Hall, a guy that he's not exactly a huge guy either, but he's a big-time athlete. He's got a 70 run. Let me clear off this super chat. Thank you again for all the super chats. I really do appreciate it. Really do appreciate that. We got one more. I'll get to that in just a second. But with Steele Hall, he's a big-time athlete. He's got a good arm out there. He's going to play a good defense at short. Again, teams value shortstops. Cunningham, yes, shortstop, but long-term, probably more of a second baseman. So that's where I thought to myself, I'm like, man, I feel like Hall could go ahead of him here, even though Cunningham, very good bat. Teams look at the body of the guy. They look at the long-term potential. Hall, he's a little bigger, but he plays a really good shortstop. But what do we got here? Alms. Super chat. JoJo, bad pick. They have Namala. Well, you got to remember, here's the thing. It's never a bad idea to take a prep shortstop because usually they are going to have the most upside, right, when you're looking at the positional value, because shortstops, especially young ones, because if they play a good shortstop, that means they're usually a good athlete. They're usually very high IQ players that can go handle any other position. You're looking at Marcelo Meyer for the Red Sox right now, where, yes, he's a shortstop, but he's been able to play third because also shortstops, for the most part, will have a good arm. A good shortstop will have a good arm, usually. So that's why usually they can move over to third base. They have the range at short to be able to go handle second base and, center field or whatever it may be. You just saw that with Jackson Merrill. Jackson Merrill was a shortstop, but he's playing center field. So just because he's a shortstop doesn't necessarily mean that'll end up being his long-term home. It definitely could be. But you also have to remember Namala, he's closer to Major League ready. So JoJo, he's going to be a couple of years behind him, I think. But you could end up seeing a scenario where if Namala comes up to Toronto and he ends up playing very well, well then, and if Parker's ready, well, Parker can play third base or second base. You know what I mean? So just because it says shortstop next to their name doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, Parker's going to end up, taking over for Namala. No, like you can move these guys around. Namala, how big is Namala? I remember reading a scouting report about him before, and maybe he could end up moving to third. I think he's a pretty big guy. How tall is Namala? Was like 6'3" or something like that. Pretty big guy, I feel like. Yeah, don't worry, Blue Jays fans. Don't worry about that pick. Another super chat here. Thank you for all the support, everyone. Really do appreciate that. Happy that the Rockies didn't get Liam Doyle, but wish it was the Angels that got him. Yeah, I think the Angels, they're once again, I think they're just trying to go with high floor and also spread the money out a little bit. I think that's really what they're shooting for here. They want to have a good overall draft instead of just the number one pick. Ryan, thank you so much. James, how you doing, my friend? Good example of a prep shortstop, Gunnar Henderson. Yeah, absolutely. Gunnar Henderson, obviously, that's a guy where, that's a guy that stays a shortstop. But Gunnar, he could totally go play third if they needed him to. He could play second, Absolutely. Yeah, shortstops, they're not bad. They're not bad usually ever to take because there's a good amount of value. Oh, man, the phone is dying. I got to plug the phone in. Yeah, James Hirota, Billy Carlson. Oh, okay, they took him. Oh, Billy Carlson going to the White Sox. Okay. Billy Carlson going to the White Sox. Love it. Love it. I got to update the ticker. Oh, man, I haven't been updating the ticker. Hold on a second. We're a little behind here. Goodness gracious. All right. I like that. I like Billy Carlson. So St. Louis taking Liam Doyle. Pittsburgh taking Seth Hernandez. Miami. I really like that pick for Miami. Iva Arquette. I like it. That's actually one of my more favorite picks. They got a high upside bat that's close to Major League ready. Closer. Toronto. JoJo Parker. Shortstop, Cincinnati. Steele Hall. Shortstop, number 10. So I'm going to say here, the A's, I think, are going to take Jamie Arnold. I'm going to make that guess right now. All right, we have updated the ticker. I got to remember to update the ticker. I'm going to say here, Jamie Arnold is going to go to the A's. Maybe the A's take a bat. I'm leaning college player for the A's. They're getting to Vegas in a couple of years. They want to get a college player. That's my guess. Maybe Connor Russell. Maybe the Red Sox get Jamie Arnold. Could Jamie end up falling into the 20s? Let's see if we got anything from the little birdie. What happened to Tommy White? I feel like Tommy White's playing very well. I checked out his numbers recently. I thought I saw the pretty good numbers from Tommy White. Jamie Arnold, Tommy John within a year. He does have that interesting motion, right? Like that kind of sidearmish kind of slot. Seems like a pretty smooth delivery, though. I don't know. I'm going to say Jamie Arnold going to the A's here. My birdie just confirmed. Jamie Arnold could be a good fit. And I think so, too. I think the A's really need to beef up the pitching. This one makes sense. Yeah, the birdie just confirmed. We'll see. He also said Gavin Keelan. Maybe Keelan. I'm going college player. That's kind of where I was at coming into this. Timeline-wise, it fits. Marco Scudero is my hero. Robbie, holy shortstops. Holy shortstops indeed. Who are the best available players here that are on the board? Let's, so if we're looking here, Jamie Arnold. Well, no, Billy Carlson just went off the board, so they gotta update that. Kyson Witherspoon, Ike Irish. Well, we're into the teens now. So honestly, man, Ike Irish, I don't know what it is, but like, it just feels like an A to me. Feels like an Oakland A. Well, I just botched that one. Oh, feels like a Las Vegas A. Sacramento A. Oh, man. I still think Oakland A's. I still do. I think they need pitching, though. That's my guess. Arnold makes a lot of sense. This is good value for them at this spot. Tons of sense. LG, we all love a good shortstop. Let's admit it. Yeah, James, you know what? I think you're right. Irish green. A's green. I think that's what it was. I think you nailed it right there. That's hilarious. I think that actually is what it is. You know, when I think of the A's, I just think of good bats from the past, right? I always think Jason Giambi for the A's for some reason. I don't know, but Nick Kurtz, right? Like that guy to me, I think could be the second coming of Jason Giambi. So, okay, all right. Jamie Arnold going to the A's. Good pick. I think that's what they need to do. They needed to take pitching. The little birdie was right again, ladies and gentlemen. He told me Jamie Arnold for the A's. Well, let's see. My Red Sox are coming up here. But Arnold, right? He gets a lot of comparisons. He gets a lot of Chris Sale comparisons. I kind of see more like Nick Lodolo, personally. He's a guy that's going to have some pretty solid stuff out of Florida State. Good fastball, good slider, good changeup. Plus pitches all the way around. Throws a good amount of strikes. Now with Doyle, where he ended up being, I think, more desirable, the guy just throws gas, right? He's just a high-octane kind of a guy. He could end up being big for the Cardinals down the road. But Jamie Arnold, I think, this is a guy just fits perfect. Perfect fit. But yeah, he's going to be solid if he stays healthy, right? 80s sweeper, 80s changeup. But with the fastball, the thing with the fastball is he's going to sit more the lower 90s. He can get it up there, but it's got a lot of arm side run. It's got good life, right? So if you go watch Jamie Arnold, right, if you watch some highlights of him, you just see there's a bit of a tail on the fastball, right? Got a little something to it, right? Makes it a little harder to pick up. I like it. Good pick. That to me, if I'm coming up with my list of like favorite picks right now, I'm gonna be honest. Like I from an economical point of view, I like Willits at number 1. I do. I think he can be really good. I love a young player that has good instincts. When I see that in a scouting report, that always makes me feel pretty good, right? I think he grew up in like a kind of a, I forget what I read exactly. I think like a baseball, more of a baseball family. I feel like he had a relative maybe that played in the majors. I can't remember. I'm going blank on that. But I like it for the Nationals because they are totally going to save money with that pick, and he could end up still being a really good player, right, compared to Ethan Holliday. I think Holliday is going to bang with the Rockies. I like that one too. I think for me right now, my favorite picks, I think I like Willits at number 1 because that could just be a win-win all the way around. You're a good player and you save money. I like Holliday with the Rockies. I mean, obviously the connection with his dad, but the power that he has at Coors, I mean, that's so perfect. I really like Seth Hernandez for the Pirates. That's just a great home. They've done a great job developing pitching. I really like Ivar Arquette for the Marlins. Really like that. And I like Arnold for the A's. They just needed that. Looks like we got a pick in. I'm seeing it on my screen. Gavin Feen. This guy's been gaining a lot of steam. Well, the Red Sox are not taking him now. A lot of people were thinking Gavin Feen. Red Sox, take Gage Wood. You got to take Gage Wood, but Gavin Feen going to the Rangers. I like this. I think for the Rangers, just a good high school bat. Right? Someone to stash away for a few years. Could come up as a third baseman at one point. Power hitting right-handed third baseman. Well, he's listed as a shortstop right now, but scouts think he's going to be more of a third baseman. All right. He's got a 6'3" build. Same thing with like Arquette, right? These bigger guys, they project them more to move over to third. So, but Gavin Feen, he's gained a lot of steam here over the last couple of weeks. And on Baseball America, he's only ranked number 31. He's going at 12 here. He's a good hit tool, good power. That's where, again, he doesn't have the agility for shortstop. More of a power-hitting third baseman that's projected to be down the road. He's got a bit of, reading this from the scouting report, a bit stiff, kind of with the setup at the plate, but crazy bat speed, good quick hands. Just a good swing, good strength. So, yeah. Could be a long-term third baseman for the Rangers, maybe. I like that. This was a popular pick for the Red Sox in mock drafts over the last couple of weeks. Well, he's off the board now. Jeff Passan, Ike Irish to Boston? Yeah, LG. That we're gonna pretend like it's Jeff Passan. We're gonna pretend. It's nice to see Jeff here in the chat. Jaden, which prospect has the highest floor in the draft? I'd probably say Kade Anderson, honestly, as of right now. I feel like he can just be a really solid guy. Like I don't know. Would he be the ace of the staff for the Mariners? If not, I think he has a really good shot at being like a good, at least a 3 in that rotation. I think that sounds about right. Yeah, I like Kade Anderson. To me, he's a guy that you can't really go wrong with. I think I would say that right now. I think Kade Anderson probably has the highest floor, personally. Well, Jeff Passan in the chat, he just confirmed it. He's real. It's the real Jeff Passan, everybody. 940 Sports Cards. What player do you see getting the call first? I would say Kade, but I actually think the Mariners, they'll take their time with him because they don't need to rush him. I think if Iva Arquette, if the Marlins develop him well in the next couple of years, I think you could see him. A guy that can get to the majors first, though, I don't think Willits, they don't need to rush him. Honestly, I think you could look at a couple of guys that haven't even been drafted yet. I think you could say Merrick Houston has a really good hit tool. I could see him flying up pretty quick. Aloy, maybe. I think he needs to cut down on the swing and miss a little bit. You know, maybe Gavin Keelan. Depending on where, I think that's a big thing too, is where do they go, depending on the organization. So if Keelan goes into a spot where he's not fully blocked, he was really good at Tennessee, and he kind of unlocked a bit more power this past season. The hit tool is really good. I could see Keelan moving up pretty quickly. So I'd go with those two. I would say Keelan, maybe Arquette. I could say Ike Irish too. I mean, yeah, Ike Irish, really good bat. Got a 55 hit, 55 power. I would say it's going to be one of those guys. Well, it looks like, speaking of Gavin Keelan, it is looking like he is going to be going to San Fran. We got the 13th pick coming up. Oh, I got to update the ticker. I keep forgetting to update the ticker. Man, this is where I need a producer, man. Got to get a producer. All right, number 11, we had the A's getting Jamie Arnold, left-handed pitcher. Texas getting Gavin Feen. I'll put shortstop, third base. Aha, I was right. The birdie was right again. Ladies and gentlemen. The birdie is cooking here tonight. Focal, Jay's got JoJo. Love that pick. Yeah, I like that pick. I think he's one of the better prep players in the draft. What team do you think made the biggest mistake so far in the draft? It's hard to say. You know, I think it's easy to look at Bremner at number 2 because that was a bit of a reach to save some money. I feel like he'll end up being fine. I don't know. To me, he's a high floor guy. Man, I mean, I like Willits a lot. I just look at the IQ of the player. I think he's going to be very solid. I think it's going to be a good pick for the Nationals. It's kind of hard to say. I mean, could the White Sox have maybe gone with... I mean, the White Sox are far, though, so it kind of makes sense for them to take a shortstop. I don't know. It's kind of hard to really say, you know, which team so far could end up being making the biggest mistake. I mean, you could say maybe the Angels, maybe they could have went with Kade. I think that, I mean, again, I don't want to hate on that pick because I think it's going to end up being fine. But I'd say that probably has I don't want to say the chance for him to be a bust, but could they have gotten someone better at number 2? That's kind of where I'm at right now. We got the 14th pick. We got the Rays coming up. The Rays are on the board, ladies and gentlemen. But Gavin Keelan, both of the guys that the Red Sox have been connected to in mock drafts as of late are off the board. I got my eyes on Gage Wood. I really hope it's Gage Wood. Mr. E, Witherspoon to Boston? Maybe. He's still on the board here. That was a guy I had going to the White Sox. Kyson Witherspoon. Solid guy. Still on the board here. Got a good frame at 6'2", 205. I wouldn't be surprised if the Red Sox take him. He's got a good build. He's got 5 pitches that he can play with. A bit of jerkiness to his delivery. It's not the most natural delivery. It's kind of a little stiff, in my opinion. But whatever. It works for him. Guy throws some gas. He's got a good slider on there as well. I could see that. Little birdie is telling me Daniel Pierce at 14. I see some of you saying that they have taken Witherspoon. I haven't heard anything yet. We'll see, but it's looking like Daniel Pierce is going to the Rays, and this was one team I thought like this could be a good fit for Daniel Pierce. So I got a couple of you saying that. Oh, Milliken has it. Oh, Milliken got it. Milliken got it. Oh, he got it from Joe Doyle. Yeah, Joe Doyle had it. So the Red Sox are going to be taking Kyson Witherspoon. Okay. Yeah, Joe Doyle had that 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago. All right, well, the Red Sox, if they're taking Kyson Witherspoon, I'm okay with the pick. I don't know. I like Wood, but looking at it from a frame point of view, I could see the upside with Kyson Witherspoon. He's got a slightly bigger frame at 6'2". I don't know. Something with Gage Wood, man. There was something I liked about him a bit more. I think for the Red Sox, I mean, yeah, I could totally see why they would like Witherspoon. He's got a 5-pitch mix, good velo, good build. I think they need to kind of clean up that delivery a little bit. Connor Russell, maybe Gage Wood at 33. Maybe they can cut a deal. Maybe. The little birdie comes through again, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to know if you want a bit of a spoiler on who these teams are going to be taking, I got you. Just told you all, Daniel Pierce. Thank you to the birdie once again. Noah, what are your thoughts on Cam Canarella? He feels like a Met. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why. I just watched the way he plays. He kind of reminds me a little bit, almost like a Jet Williams. Like, good bat, good athlete. How tall is he? Six foot. A little bigger. He kind of reminds me of like that Jet Williams kind of build. A little bit, like slightly bigger. Reminds me of him. Yeah. I like those guys, man. Even if they don't have a lot of power upside, good bat, good athlete. All right. Jeff Passan in the chat. They're taking Caden Bodine at 15. Oh, man. Jeff Passan's got the scoops. What did Jeff Passan just tweet? I didn't even see this Passan tweet from earlier. The Los Angeles are selecting Tyler Bremner. Nice. I like that Jeff Passan is a human. I like that. Nah, Jeff Passan in the chat. They're not taking Bodine at 15. Nah, it's Kyson Witherspoon. Oh man, Cubs fans. Cubs fans, who? Let me know. Cubs fans in the chat, raise your hand. Let me know if you're here. We got any Cubs fans here in the chat? I think you're going to really like this pick. We got one. It's risky. Cubs fans, you're going to really like your pick. It's the guy that I wanted. The Cubs, you got it. Alex's retro revival. The Cubs are taking Gage Wood. Gage Wood going to the Cubbies. Ah, Cubs fans, you are very lucky. Very lucky. Still a few picks away, but it's looking like Gage Wood going to the Cubs. Making sure. What are the Cubs at again? They're at 17. The Cubs are at 17, right? Where are the Cubs? Yeah, 17. We are still waiting for the Red Sox pick to come in. We had it reported from Mr. Joe Doyle. I still do not have it on my screen. Illinois Preppers. Oh. Kyson Witherspoon going to the Red Sox. I'm okay with it. I really wanted Gage Wood, but I didn't think Witherspoon was going to be on the board at this point. So I'm okay with it. Again, if you're watching this on MLB Network, again, there is a bit of jerkiness. You know, honestly, can I just play it? Okay, well, all right, they got it here. I'll probably get hit with some kind of a copyright, whatever. But yeah, there is a little bit of a jerkiness to him, right? So if we take a look, I mean, he uses that back leg really nicely. Gets a really good amount of torque. Almost like a short arm kind of emotion. Kind of reminds me of Keith Folk a little bit. I like Kyson Witherspoon. I was okay. Like, to me, when I was doing my mock draft, I had him going a lot sooner to the White Sox. But hey, to me, he's one of the top prospects in this whole draft. He's easily one of the top pitching prospects in this whole draft. So I'm okay with it. Totally okay with it. He's going to give you a good mix of pitches. All right, if we were to take a look here, good fastball, good slider. He has a cutter as well, so that could be a pretty nasty little combo with a good four-seamer and a cutter as well. He's going to give you a good slider along with the curveball too. Changeup could use some work. Oh, one of my mock draft picks could be coming through here. My goal is to just get one in the mock draft, and it looks like Kyson Witherspoon could be of interest to the Diamondbacks. But I like the pick for the Red Sox. You know, you get a good build of a pitcher. Good build. Why are people putting question marks in the chat? Oh no! Oh no! Are the Cubs not taking? Oh no. I might have to. We might have to delete that one. Oh, Alex, Retro Revival, D-backs, Witherspoon. I was told that they like Witherspoon. Don't know if they're going to be picking him. Oh, wait, did I mess up? Sorry, am I saying the wrong name? I'm thinking, sorry, Caden Cunningham. I apologize. Sorry, I'm getting those names mixed up in my head. Sorry, D-backs, Caden Cunningham. Apologies for that. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up in my head here. Caden Cunningham. Apologies. I really like Cunningham a lot. Or Kaysen Cunningham. Goodness gracious. I'm getting so mixed up with Kaysen Cunningham and Kyson Witherspoon. That is making my brain an absolute potato right now. Yeah, really like Kaysen Cunningham. Justice for justice. I am absolutely losing it right now. My brain is not good. Mm. Okay, I was told. I was just told here. Hold on a second. The Cubs might be doing something a little different. He just told me. Hold on a second. I think my career posting scoops is going to be over after this one. Yeah, I think we're going to be done with the scoopy scoops. I think not going to be doing that anymore. I never want to get into that realm, right? Never want to get into that realm. Like I took a chance with Seth Hernandez, but yeah, I might not. The Cubs. I was hearing Gage Wood. It might not be Gage Wood. I think I'm just gonna delete that. I think I might delete that one. This nah, we're not gonna do that. Yeah, I deleted that one, ladies and gentlemen, because that's no that I apologize for that. Yeah, I apologize for that one. Because I got word after that that's probably not going to happen. From the same person. The same person told me that. Yeah. Big apologies for that one, ladies and gentlemen. That was got that one wrong. I'm gonna be done tweeting out stuff. If I hear something, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, that was a bad one on my part. My bad, ladies and gentlemen. We got to update the ticker. All right, the Giants. Who did the Giants take again? Who did the Giants end up taking? Gavin Keelan. Ethan Conrad going to the Cubbies. Ethan Conrad going to the Cubbies. I like Ethan Conrad. He was a guy that I was thinking maybe could go to the back half of the first round. And yeah. But for the Cubs, I was thinking they would go with a college outfielder. I went with Brendan Summerhill. But Conrad, pretty solid. Let me update this really quick. So the Rays, they went with Daniel Pierce. Okay, and we got Witherspoon. And then Twinkies. Okay. The Twins did go with Merrick Houston. Ladies and gentlemen, I got one right on my mock draft. Got one right. Cubs going with Ethan Conrad. All right, the ticker has been updated. I had one person get mad at me, ladies and gentlemen, on my tweet. I feel terrible. I had someone named Alex C. Such an effing liar. That's what comes with it. If you want to go out there and you gotta break some stuff, then there comes that possibility where things can change. I promise you, I am not lying to any of you. Not lying. Promise you on that. Brandon, Philly's going to pick Caden Bodine to take the throne after Real Muto. That could be pretty solid. Well, let's go to Ethan Conrad here. Let's get caught up. Also, I like the Merrick Houston pick. Very good hit tool. Good in the field as well. This guy makes ridiculous throws. He is a big guy. I feel like he's going to end up staying at shortstop, though. Like, go look at some of the highlights of Merrick Houston. Holy cow, this guy's made some really nice plays. Really like some of the plays he's made. But he's got a really good hit tool, bit of a crouch stance. Kind of one of those sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of, I can't think of the right word. He's just got kind of a funky stance, right? But he makes it work. He's very good. Makes a ton of contact. I like the Merrick Houston pick for the Twins. I got a mock draft pick right. Now, for Ethan Conrad, again, he is ranked a little lower at 23. He's got a good build. So I'm not surprised to see that maybe he went ahead of Brendan Summerhill. He's a little bigger. He's got a bigger frame, so they project a bit more power for him down the road. I thought the Cubs would go more of like a hit tool if they were to go with a hitter. Yeah, the power. I mean, especially at 6'4", he could probably even add a little bit more. I like that pick for the Cubs. Good power upside there, and he's a good athlete at 55. So I think that's good. Oh, all right, Kason Cunningham. I just told you all a second ago. Kason Cunningham. That could be a pick for the deep. I've got 2 picks right in my mock draft. I got 2. We are doing pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I've got every other one wrong, but I got Merrick Houston and Kason Cunningham. All right. I was kind of close on Comrade. Not really, though. College outfielder. Just picked the wrong one. I'll take it. I'll take 2 correct. Yes, thank you to the little birdie out there, Kason Cunningham, going 18. He did tell me that just a little bit ago. I told you I was saying the wrong name. My brain was thinking about 3 different things at that time. It's risky. Ethan Conrad, was it the right choice? To me, a guy that's got some power upside. I think it's solid. You know, he's just got to work on that plate discipline a little bit more. But I like that he's an athlete. To me, a guy that has athleticism, he's got a good run tool. It kind of shows to me that these guys, they tend to develop pretty well. We've heard a good Comrade here. Now, talking about the plate discipline here. He gets plenty of contact, plenty of power. Now, they say he has an overly aggressive approach. So that's where it can kind of hurt him a little bit. But to me, if the Cubs, if they can kind of calm that down a little bit, I think it'll be fine. I like it. I really like this pick for the D-backs. Kason Cunningham. I like that a lot. Really like that a lot. Really like Kason Cunningham. He's got one of the best bats in this entire draft. Easily. Makes a ton of contact and hard contact, too. It's a question whether or not, what's the power going to look like down the road? Here come the Orioles. I had Laviolette. Oh, wow. Ike Irish. I kind of forgot about Ike Irish. I was being told he could maybe go in the top 10. Wow. Well, look at the Orioles taking another college. I said this in the mock draft that I posted. The Orioles love their college outfielders. Now, he did play catcher as well. Probably going to be more of an outfielder. Who knows? But they love these high upside outfielders. Daniel, what's your opinion on Cameron Appenzeller? I have not looked too much at him. Let's see. Where is he ranked? Number 52. Oh, wow. He's got a big frame. 6'5". He's huge. I mean, he looks like he has a pretty solid floor for a high school pitcher. This actually could be pretty solid because, sure, maybe the fastball it doesn't look like anything, special as of right now. It's at a 50. But when you're young, I mean, if you got a 50 fastball, well, you can only go up from there, right? The more he develops, the more he especially grows into his frame at 6'5". The fact that he has a pretty good idea of what the slider's doing, has a 60 grade, 55 on the changeup, and he throws a lot of strikes. He could end up being a pretty good steal in this draft, in my opinion. Oh, do you? Daniel Hartman, you live near him? The way the scouting report looks and with how big he is, he could end up being a steal. Tyler, what's realistic for the Mets? We got a long way to go before we get to that. Long way to go before we get there. I'm very sad that the Cubs didn't take Gage Wood. I actually was really excited about that pick for the Cubs. I feel bad because I feel like I lied to people. I don't like doing that. But it's okay. The birdie has been amazing for me. He's been amazing. I did put out there, before the Cubs made the pick, I did put out there, hold on, it might not be Wood. The Atlanta Braves are trading for Raisel Iglesias, according to Jeff Passan in the chat, for Eugenio Suarez. Oh, yeah, I don't know about that one, Jeff Passan. LG, gonna need the scoop for Houston. I've got nothing. I've got nothing on Houston right now. We got to get the tracker here. Alrighty, where are we? Well, looks like the Brewers have made their pick. Andrew Fisher going to the Brewers. That's such a Brewers pick. Such a Brewers pick. Wow. Andrew Fisher. Let's pull up here the scouting report. Hold on, I got to update the ticker. We got to catch up here. Arizona, Case and Cunningham. I'm just going to put second base for Cunningham. Baltimore. Ike Irish. I'm going to put outfielder, catcher. And then Andrew Fisher, third baseman out of Tennessee. Where was he even? I can't even remember where he was ranked. Third base. All righty. Let's take a look-see, shall we? I think he was, yeah, it wasn't. Oh, we just talked about Andrew Fisher earlier. We just talked about him. All right, well, the big thing with Fisher, he's got a lot of power upside. 60 power. Says here, bat first prospect, strong blend of contact skills, on-base ability, and power. He's a patient hitter. Doesn't often expand the strike zone. Happily takes his walks. Swings with plenty of intent, plus raw power. It's interesting because he doesn't have like this massive frame like Laviolette, right? 6'1". He's 6'1", 200 pounds, so he's going to have a pretty decent frame on him. He's got some beef. Jake, $1.99. Behava or Jace? Let's see. I think either one could be on the table here for the Astros. Either one. Let's see. What are the Astros going to do? Gage Wood. He's still on the board. Why? I don't get it. Like, to me, I know with Wood, you're really just looking at the fastball. He's got a power curve. I think with Wood, man, I don't know. I love the competitor he is. Dude's nasty. Could he go to the Astros here? I think there's a few different ways they could go. Few different ways. I mean, if we were to look at the undrafted, I mean, Summerhill, I wouldn't, easily one of these guys. I would imagine it's going to be one of these guys coming off the board for the Astros. Not just because they're at the top, but they're all college guys. Well, not Cruz Schoolcraft. The Astros don't usually go high school pitching. The last time they did was with Forrest Whitley. I don't know. That's another one. Floffy. Maybe they go with Nyans. Big power upside bat from the left side. I could maybe see that. They have leaned college. But, hey, I mean, they've done it a lot here over the past few years. Maybe they really want to try and beef up the back half of the farm. You know, really go with some youth. Could see that. I'll say, here are my three. I mean, Summerhill does look pretty good right there. I'll say Aloy, though, that right-handed bat down the road in Houston with the Crawford boxes, I mean, that's pretty good. Now, you could go with a lefty bat. Summerhill has good bat-to-ball skills. You can maybe get a little bit more pop out of him. That could be pretty good. Jace Laviolette, that power bat there, I mean, he would clear in Houston easily. Houston's done a pretty good job developing bats. So maybe they could get Jace cleaned up a little bit when it comes to the plate discipline. I think Jace makes a lot of sense. To me, if you're taking like a lefty bat in Houston, I mean, you want them to have good power. Right? Crawford boxes, they're going to be a lot closer. So, any right-handed hitter can have success in Houston. Tyler, you're full from fettuccine. Oh, man. Oh, no. I haven't had fettuccine in so long. I haven't had pasta in so long. I'm not really a pasta guy. Here comes the Astros. Here we go. Oh, they took Nines. Good job. Fluffy. Good job there. Again, like I said, like if you want left-handed bats in Houston, you want power upside. Right? Fluffy. Everyone, round of applause for Fluffy in the chat. He's got the scoops. Fluffy scoops. I think that's a good pick for Houston. You know, again, like it's very easy when you're doing your mock draft. It's very easy to look into what they've done over the last several years, but at some point they got to do something different, right? Sure, you know, they could just keep going with that, but I think if they were to go with a high school player, it makes sense to go with Nines. I like that pick for Houston. What do the Braves end up doing? Now, the Braves have been connected with Gage Wood. This could be a pick here for the Braves. They have been connected. Oh, watching this at 3 in the morning. Hello from Finland. Oh, man, we got Finland here in the chat. Welcome, my friend. Good morning to you. Go get yourself a nice cup of coffee here soon. Or are you waking up? Or are you just going to bed? Or going to bed soon? Or like, what are you doing? All right, we got to update the ticker. Hold on a second. We got to update the ticker. All right, Milwaukee. That's such a Milwaukee pick. Oh, I already did that one. Whoops. Oh, whoops. I put Andrew Fisher as a third baseman. Houston. I like that pick for Houston. Atlanta is on the clock. Who are the Braves taking here, ladies and gentlemen? Who are the Braves taking? I think they're going to go Gage Wood. They like their arms there. They have gone a lot with prep pitching. Hip Hughes, what are you thinking of Caden Kent? Let's take a look at Caden Kent. Man. Here we go. Caden Kent. Coming out of Texas A&M. So the hit tool really leads the way. Last year, hit 279, 398 on base is solid, 544 slugging, 13 homers, 13 doubles. So he's looking, so shortstop. Actually, yeah, he held down the position full time. Unlikely to stick there in pro ball due to below average speed, limited lateral range. So I would think, well, he's got a 50 arm, so is he more likely to be a third baseman down the road? I would think with a limited range, maybe second base isn't very good for him. So I would think third probably is going to be better based off of the scouting report. Not a standout athlete. He's reliable, has a hit first profile. He's got a solid build, 6'2". So I think if he goes somewhere where an organization that develops hitting very well, then maybe they can get a bit more out of him. Get that power up a little bit. He walks a good amount, right around 15%. He walks more than he walked more than he struck out, so that's good plate discipline. So I think, he could be a guy. I'd say he's a wild card right now, but I mean, he showed good things. I mean, he walks more than he strikes out. I always love that. If a guy walks more than he Ks, That's already a good sign for me. So we'll see. We'll see where he goes. I would imagine if he's ranked this low by Baseball America, and I think the reason for that is probably the power isn't fully there right now, and just the defensive home in the future. Then I think that's probably why he's that low. All right, let's get back here. Who are the Braves picking? I don't want to show it on the screen. Oh, they picked Tate Southesine. Wow. They continue to go with prep players. This was a guy I was wondering maybe for the Yankees. It's all right. Again, a guy is a pretty solid shortstop prospect. Good bat to ball skills. He's just a good all around prospect. Solid bat. He's going to play well defensively. He's a pretty good athlete. Just a good balanced player. Yeah, Mr. Chicken. I was thinking, maybe he could go sort of towards those compensation picks in the 30s. But not surprised to see him go this high. Again, young shortstop prospects, they're valuable. It's a bit of a reach, but I think it's an okay reach. Sound FX. Had a feeling the Braves, they would flip out if they picked another pitcher. I mean, they've gone with a lot of pitching, so I'm kind of glad they went a different route. They stayed with the prep class. But I like it. I'm fine with it. I like him. Again, just a good all-around prospect. I would say the hit is, let me pull up here the scouting. I think that was a good comp that he just said. Zach Neto. I think that's a good comp. Yeah, Southesine. Let's get to him, shall we? He's ranked a little lower here on Baseball America. But again, he's very balanced. Just 50 hit, 50 power. He's not going to be the biggest guy, but he's fine. 5'11". That's my height. 5'11 club, where are you at? But 170? I mean, listen, I'm 5'11 and I weigh 215, right? So he can definitely put a little bit more meat on those bones. Now, I'm not saying you got to be 215. He can't get that thick. I would say for being a good shortstop, maybe another 10, 20 pounds. I think that's probably fine. So maybe 200. I don't know. That might be pretty thick. But yeah. Say 190. That's probably a good range. Getting around, 10, 20 pounds. Yeah, I like him. Just a balanced profile. Now, when I'm just watching I like the swing, right? Good bat speed, in my opinion. Says here he does a nice job using his entire body to generate stretch and torque. You see that when you were watching the highlights. He doesn't come off as like the biggest guy out there, but the bat speed, there's kind of something to it, But again, like he just uses everything very well, uses the hips well, right? Generates that power. But what I do like here is that he's a pretty good athlete, 55 run, and he's a good fielder. So he's a guy, and he's good at good arms. So he could be a long-term shortstop. And the Braves, hey, they've had success developing hitters. So, yeah, CJ, we're only going to be here for the first round here tonight. Only the first round. I mean, I'll probably stay for a few picks. It's actually moved pretty quick. Connor Russell. Yeah, I'll stay through that. So let me actually go. Let me go to the draft order. I don't know why they don't have all of the picks already here. I feel like they should have all the picks set up, like the teams and whatnot, and just leave the names blank. So, I guess, do we hit all? Oh, here we go. No, well, that's not it. Let's take that out. So round. Yeah, why don't they show all the other? Well, we got 5 more picks, right? It only goes to 27 in the first round. I'm surprised Bodine's not off the board yet. I thought he had a chance to maybe go a little earlier. Oh, Sean Gamble going 23 on a commercial break. Sean Gamble. I like Sean Gamble for the Royals. I had him going to the Phillies. Good athlete. I think, to me, I feel like Gamble gets, I don't know, I really like the highlights when I've watched him. To me, I just think he just feels like he was a little low to me in the rankings. Like, where is he here on Baseball America? He's at 45. Like, watching the highlights, I don't think he should be this low. He could either be an outfielder or a second baseman. He's got a balanced bat for the most part, but he's got good bat speed. Man, that bat just flies through the zone. I really like his swing. He said, I got an upright stance. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know what it is, why they have him so low here at 45. And he looked a lot better this past year. They're saying here his swing can get a little bit long at times. He's going to have to continue refining his approach. I don't know, man. Like I mean, sure, you got the highlights that they're not going to post, right? So maybe you see a different story some other times, but based off of what I've seen here, it looks good. So, and the Phillies, hey, they've done a good job developing players over the years. So I think that's a good fit. The Royals. They've done a good job. Now, they've had more success, I think, on the pitching side of things. So that'll be interesting if that'll be a good fit for him. But, we'll see. Yeah, Tyler, I'll stay a little bit for the comp picks. I'll stay a little bit. It's only 8 o'clock. I'm actually pretty surprised about that. Pretty surprised. Who do the Tigers got? Oh, Jordan Yost. I thought there was a chance he could have gone in the compensation route. Again, shortstops, man. Shortstop. Like Jordan Yost here. I was thinking maybe he could be a possibility for the Dodgers in the 30s. But, look at Yost here. He is all the way down. Or maybe I went past him. He is down in... Or actually, no, he's lower, I think. He might be in the 70s? Where is Jordan Yost? Oh, he's in the 80s. But here's a guy, not a lot of power, but a very good athlete. 60 run, 55 hit, but there's like no power. It's funny because he's 6 foot. So I wonder if maybe the Tigers can do something with him a little bit, generate a little bit more power. Yost's 98.7 max exit velo in batting practice was one of the lowest marks of the class. He does have the sort of frame that suggests more strength is coming. So again, he's 6 foot. He might always be a hit over bat profile. So, but to me, though, I like plate discipline guys. He has a strong understanding of the zone, makes enough contact, and has a plus pure hitting ability. For me, I mean, remember when we went through this age, this what's the word I'm looking for? This time where everyone was so focused on power, but now you're starting to see a bit of a shift to more of these hit first kind of guys, right? Guys that understand the strike zone, they got good plate discipline, they make good contact. So to me, I think a lot of these teams think, okay, well, if he's a good hitter, well, we can up the strength, we can up that power, maybe make some adjustments, get a little bit more. Of course they went with Cruz Schoolcraft. Of course they did. Of course they did. Another left-handed pitching, or another left-handed pitcher from high school going to the Padres. Very Padres-like pick, right? Went with Cash Mayfield last year. Yeah, this guy, he's got a lot of upside. He's 6'8". He's freaking massive. Poi 2, let me hear your opinion on Uli Fernsler. Let's see. I'm sorry if I botched that. Ranked at 70. Well, I like the 4-pitch mix. 55 fastball and the slider and the changeup. So he's got 3 above average pitches. I think that's pretty solid. And he throws a lot of strikes. Again, this kind of gets back to what I was saying going into the draft, right? You have a lot of good depth. So even if like you don't get Kade Anderson or Liam Doyle, there's another guy down further who's got a really good build at 6'4". You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like there's a lot of good value in this draft. So, if a team gets him, say in the second round, that's solid. That's good value, right? So he's just a good example of that. Joshua, what round do the Yankees pick? So they pick soon. They have a compensation pick. Braves, do you think we get another position player for pick 60? I'm curious to see what the Braves do in this draft. They go so prep player heavy, and obviously they just made another one. But I wonder because they've picked so much pitching over the years. I wonder, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to stick to some position players here. You got to think about it from a timeline point of view, right? You might want to start getting some good position player talent in that system. We got to update the ticker. All right, the Braves, they went with... So I just want to make sure I spell that right. Southacene. There we go. The Royals going with Sean Gamble. The good thing about Sean Gamble as well, I forgot to mention, good athlete. Could either play outfield, second base. I could see him being like this really good utility player down the road. All right. Let me make sure I spell that one right. It's Jordan with an A. You'd be surprised in my 10 years of teaching how many different ways, well, not a whole lot of different ways, but how often you would see just the name Jordan spelt differently. You could see it with an O, you could see it with an E, you could see it with a Y. There were so many different ways to spell Jordan. I like that pick for the Padres. Cruz, Schoolcraft. So we got 2 more picks here in the first round. 2 more picks in the first round. '21 Gage Wood to the Phillies. I mean, I can't believe. Hold on a second. Well, I wonder if Gage Wood. I don't know. I'm not going to count my Red Sox out. I'm not going to count them out. But could be a nice pick here for the Phillies. Give him another good arm. You got Andrew Painter coming up. Gage Wood. He'll be ready in a couple of years. Could be pretty nice for the Phillies. Oh, they took him. Gage Wood. Good for the Phillies, man. They get themselves a beast. I love this pick for the Phillies. I just love Gage Wood. I can't believe it took this long to get him. Like, to me, I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm looking, I don't know, even like a team like the Royals, like, man, he would have been so good there. Like I'm looking at the Brewers, like, Andrew Fisher. Good upside power, but like, man, that could have been a nice home for Gage. Just, man, solid picture like that to add. I feel like that would have been really nice for the Brewers. Especially Freddie Peralta hitting free agency soon. I know you got Missorowski there, but man, like Missorowski, give him a couple of years to really develop into that, being that ace, and then Gage Wood comes up in a couple of years. I thought that would have been a really nice home. The Cubs, honestly, I think the Cubs would have been a good spot for him. They got a ton of position player talent. That would have been great if they picked up another college arm like him. I think this is really good for the Phillies. Really good. Yeah, like Connor Russell. That's why I like Wood, man. He really reminds me of Papelbon. I've been saying that for a little bit now. I even tagged Papelbon in when I posted about Wood. He was my dream pick for the Red Sox. I'm okay with Witherspoon. I think that's really good. But yeah. Yeah, 21. That's you make a good point there. The Philly faithful, that's going to be a good home for him. He's a guy that I think really runs on that adrenaline. Just looking at the body language with him, the competitiveness he has out there. That's why I thought Boston would have been a really good home for him. Carter Hawkins, Cubs, they're going to trade one of the outfield prospects. I think so. They have just so many good position players that they got to move one of them. Bernie, Dombrowski will use Wood as a trade piece. No, don't do that. Well, here we go. We got one more pick here in the first round. I appreciate all of you, man. We were up to about 1,000 people at one point. We're at 650 right now, so I appreciate that. This has actually moved along pretty quick. We've really been here for about 2 hours. Wow, interesting. Oh, we got a super chat. Tag Live 205 Talk Show. Why is Laviolette falling? Well, it's the hit tool. It's the hit tool with him, man. The plate discipline, the where it lacks is he's actually got pretty good discipline at the plate. He'll take a good amount of pitches. He just has a lot of swing and miss in the zone, right? So when you have swing and miss in the zone, it's one thing to chase and then swing and miss, right? But you can kind of clean that up. And you can clean up that plate discipline over time. But when you have swing and miss in the zone, organizations, they really value that contact ability in zone. So he doesn't have that. And there you go. Jace Laviolette going to, okay. There you go. That's why he fell all the way to 27. All right. Look at the Guardians picking up some power. You know, it's really funny with the Guardians last year. This is funny to me because last year I was thinking there was a chance they could have taken Jack Caglione with the first pick. I was hearing a little bit of buzz about it, but then it didn't turn into anything. But I'm thinking to myself, okay, Cleveland, they're looking at a lefty bat, a ton of power. And it's funny, a year later, they take Laviolette here. Funny how that works out. But hey, with Jace, there's a ton of power here, man. Ton of power. I didn't talk about Gage Wood. Kind of touching on, for the Padres fans here, Cruz Schoolcraft, he's just a big lefty, but he's a very mature pitcher already, in my opinion. A guy that's already he's got himself together at a young age. Even though he's big, usually these bigger guys, they have a bit of a hard time kind of finding their mechanics. But with these big guys, you got to be careful. But with him, he throws a ton of strikes, even though he's a massive dude. And obviously with that big frame, he's going to have good velo, good slider, right? Or sorry, because of the big frame, he's got a good fastball. But then he's got some other pretty solid stuff too. Slider and a changeup, right? And the Padres, hey, they've done very well with their development. So that's a good home. And then Gage Wood, getting to him. Really love Gage Wood. I mean, the fastball pretty much does all the talking here. 70 grade. Love the curveball. It's like that power curve. Slider's got a decent bite to it. Changeup as well. I like that pick for the Phillies. Oh, we're in the compensation round now. Josh Hammond going to the Royals. And then just kind of touching really quick on Jace Laviolette. One more thing. Let's get to him because they're going to start making these picks pretty quick here. Laviolette, the power upside is the name of the game. Man, the guy's massive. He really honestly think of Jack Caglione. He's got that same build at 6'6". He's a massive guy. Can hit the ball like 8 miles. It's just a matter of making contact in the zone. But he's going to be a good athlete out there. He's going to have some speed. He's got a 60 run. Plays a good outfield. They just got to get that cleaned up. Let's see if Cleveland can do that. All right, moving on here. Let's get to the PPI round. Josh Hammond going at number 28. The Red Sox were connected with him. Let me update this ticker one more time, and then we'll be done updating the ticker for the first round. All right, so the Phillies. Great pick for the Phillies, man. Gage Wood, right-handed pitcher. Cleveland. I want to make sure I spell Laviolette. Here we go. And there we go. All righty. How many picks do we have in this? So here in the PPI round, well, that was only one pick there at pick number 28. So remember, the Royals got this pick because Bobby Wick Jr., he finished top 3 in MVP voting. So now we got a few more picks. The Orioles got back-to-back picks here. So D-backs, Orioles, and then Brewers. Oh, okay. They went with a college picture here in Patrick Forbes. Tag Live. My Braves took Tate Southacene. Yeah, man. I like that pick for the Braves, right? I like Southacene here in this draft. Good all-around shortstop. Good pick for the Braves, in my opinion. I don't think it's going to be one of those, blockbuster, Paul Skeens, obviously, kind of draft picks, but kind of goes a little under the radar, in my opinion. I like it, though. Everyone, if you can, hit the like button for me. We're at 278. Can we get to 400? I would love you forever if we can get to 400. So. Yeah, Patrick Forbes, one of the better college pitching prospects here. Let's take a look-see. So 60 on the fastball. He's got a decent slider as well. Changeup could use some work. He needs to throw some more strikes. He's got to work on that. Probably something mechanical he's got to work on. Sound FX. I'd love it if the Braves got Jack Bauer. I mean, my goodness. Who's going to get him? Watch the Dodgers get him. That'd just be hilarious to me if they ended up getting him. Yeah, Paul, we're going to be here. We're going to stay for a bit. I'll probably stay through the competitive balance round. Oh, Kade Bodine. There he goes. He's a good catcher. He's not going to have a great arm. It's a good arm. But where he's going to be really good is to make up for the arm strength is he gets the ball out really quick. So he's not going to have the highest pop time, but a guy that he moves well behind the plate. He's got a solid bat. High contact bat. Really like that with Kade Bodine. Mr. Chicken, Adley to the Mets. Man, I can't believe Vahaiva Aloy didn't go anywhere. I think the reason for him, it's that hit tool. Nick's picks. What do we think of Kyson Witherspoon? I think it's fine. I might actually go live on Monster Territory tonight just to kind of break it down a little bit. I might. I'm not quite sure. Maybe not. I might wait until... I'll probably do it maybe tomorrow. I'll probably do it tomorrow. Connor Russell, Vahaiva Aloy next for the O's. Could you imagine? Oh, man. He's a guy that could move to third base at some point. I could see that. He's got some decent size. Hey, Nicholas, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Nick Barrett, Robbie, do you see after the new CBA, MLB expands to 34? I think they'll expand to 32. I think that's going to happen at some point in the next 5 to 10 years. I think they will at some point. Especially, you got the Rays who are, I'm guessing they're going to end up staying in Tampa. We had that report where there was a group out there, group based out of Jacksonville. They're going to be buying the Rays, it looks like. There it is, Vahaiva Aloy. Who just said that? Fluffy, do you got the scoops? Fluffy, who the heck are you? I think Fluffy scoops. I had a couple, but then I put out a bad one on Twitter. I was doing really good. I had Seth Hernandez going to the Pirates. And then I said a couple of more that ended up happening. But the Cubs one, I put it out there, and it ended up being wrong. So Vahaiva Aloy going to the Orioles. This is going to be interesting. They're going... That's very typical of the Orioles, too. They go college heavy a lot. Braves thrills. Who looks more promising, Aloy or Southacene? That's interesting. Pibby fan, Angels selected who? They got themselves some Tyler Bremner. Good changeup from that man. But the O's are shifting. So many bats already if you look at it. Yeah, the Orioles, Mike Elias, he likes his college bats. Robert says, Floffy, who you got winning the World Series? I think Floffy might have something here. Mr. Chicken, Elias hates pictures. He really does, doesn't he? Poi 2, go have yourself a good sleep, my friend. I'm going to have a good one tonight, too. Good one for me tonight. Everyone, I have made a game-changing purchase in my life. I have to share this. I'm very excited about this purchase. So, as you all know, I work from home. When I was a teacher, I used to move around a lot, obviously. I was getting a lot of steps during the day. Over the last couple of years, though, since I've been doing this full time. Hold on a second. I'll tell you in a second. Here come the Brewers. Is Floffy going to be right? Oh, there you go. Fluffy. Fluffy scoops. Fluffy, who are the Red Sox picking? Fluffy, I need the Red Sox. You got to give me the news. They're taking Marcus Phillips. Marcus Phillips going to the Red Sox? Is that who? Marcus Phillips. Let's go pull him up. Another picture. Of course. It's funny. They're going still leaning in with this college pitching. Good build. This makes sense. 6'4", 250. Holy cow, this guy's huge. They're going with like these This is a common theme with the Red Sox. If you take a look, last year they took Peyton Tolley. Big guy. I love Peyton Tolley. And here's a guy that's 6'4", 250 with a 55 fastball. Who in the heck was Floffy? I need to know who you are, man. Please reach out to me on Twitter or whatever. I need to know who you are. I'm guessing Floffy is. I'm gonna guess, and I mean this in a. I mean this in a complimentary way. I don't know how it would come off as negative, but I'm guessing, Floffy, that you're a scout out there somewhere, possibly. Or, I don't know, are you in a front office somewhere? I mean, I don't know. I need to know who you are. Joe Doyle tipping the picks on Twitter. There, Floffy, who the heck are you? Another big dude on the mound. Wait, so Floffy, but do you have intel here? You have to have a connection because you're obviously doing something here. You got scoops. I appreciate that though, doing crazy research on the prospects. Because, I mean, a lot of the times you will see guys that they have a lot of connections with scouts out there. Because scouts, they'll have access to certain databases out there. So they can see ahead of a time who a team will pick. I like this pick for the Red Sox. Like, listen, it's something the Red Sox did last year, and it's worked out. They went with Peyton Tolley, Brandon Clark, big guys, and those guys have developed really well. So, very excited about this one. Marcus Phillips, a bit of a reach, but I think the Red Sox, with their pitching development, they're just going after these big frame guys. Here come the Tigers. Michael Oliveto. Fluffy, clueless for the Mets. My mock draft, I was suggesting they could go with Canarella, maybe. Let's take a look-see. So Michael Oliveto, catcher, 6'3", coming out of high school, up in New York. Okay. I'm always intrigued about the prospects that come from up north. You always see so many of them down south or in California. It's like those northeastern players. It's like they're so rare, it seems like. There we go. Oliveto. Let's see. Okay, so he's a power over hit, but he still has a good hit tool. Not the most athletic. He's only got a 40 run, so is he going to end up being a first baseman maybe? Has work to do defensively to stick behind the plate. He's a good athlete. They're saying he's a good athlete, but he's a 40 run. But his receiving needs tightening. Good arm, average. But the name of the game here is the power. Here come the Mariners. Oh, there's Luke. Speaking of power, there's Luke Stevenson. That feels like a Mariner. It's like a power guy. 21, Robbie, are we getting 7-foot left-handed pitchers soon with a high-grade fastball? I'm thinking we're getting close. Thinking we're getting close. I'm going to go... I'll say either the Dodgers for him. I've actually seen mock drafts out there connecting Quentin Young to the Dodgers. That'd be interesting. The Dodgers, they usually go for these very athletic players. With Quentin Young, he's more of just like a beefy dude. Dimitri Young's nephew, I believe. But Bauer, that would be pretty funny if he goes to the Dodgers, in my opinion. Floppy, I see you on Twitter, my friend. How you doing? Tyler, Mets don't pick till 38. Yeah. Yeah. So we go to the draft order. So I think the Mets, I think because they're over on the luxury tax, this is what happens. They end up losing their picks. And same thing with the Yankees and the Dodgers. So the Rays, they got a pick in here too from the Jeffrey Springs trade. Got the Twinkies at 36. Riley Quick. College pitcher. We've seen the Twins take some college pitching over the years. Riley Quick, one of the better pitching prospects in this draft. Again, a lot of depth. Yeah, Mr. Chicken. I was thinking, this was kind of the range I was thinking with Riley Quick. In these in the 30s here. This is where you can cut deals, right? Picks in the first round. And if you're in this range, this is where you can kind of, depending on what you do with the first pick, if you go under slot, then you can go for this range. Usually, you can end up maybe going over slot on some of them. Wrath, will I be live tomorrow? I will not be, my friend. I will not be, unfortunately. I will not be. I will be live probably on Monster Territory. I'll probably go live, or maybe a video. I might do like a quick recap. I don't know. I might wait to do the recap of the draft for the Red Sox maybe after the entire draft is over. I wouldn't mind doing a video for the main channel to react to the first round, like going over my first round winners and losers, maybe. Oh, look at that. Slater DeBrun. I thought he was going to go to the Padres in my mock. That's a good pick for the Orioles. He reminds me of Corbin Carroll. Look at the swing. If you're watching this, kind of reminds me of Corbin Carroll a little bit. Even just the way he runs. I don't know why. It just... I like it. This is one of these undersized players that I could totally see having a pretty solid career. Floppy is still coming through. Floppy is on a roll right now. Josiah, do the Marlins have another pick today? The Marlins, they pick at 43 here in just a little bit. And then they'll have the second round. Yeah, the Marlins, they got a pretty solid draft here. They basically have back-to-back picks. I like this pick for the Orioles. Slater DeBrun. Sure, undersized, but very athletic. And a good hit tool. Tyler Berrigan, bro, like a future GM. 21 bro is manifesting. I always love those. I don't know why. Like anytime someone starts, like you see that on Twitter a lot. Like you start the sentence with bro, it just makes me laugh. I don't know why. Who do we got next? We're almost done here. I think the Dodgers are next, right? No, we got the Mets. Mets, Yankees, Dodgers. Sorry. And the Dodgers, they have back-to-back. What do we all think about these hats that these guys wear? That's the big old MLB logo right on the front. All these prospects that are wearing them. Pretty interesting interview here with Slater DeBrun. He makes his own music. Pretty cool. That's funny. Fluffy says infielder for the Mets. What is bro plotting here? Infielder for the Mets. Who has not been taken yet? Quentin Young? Are they going to take him? Alex Lodisi? Is that how you pronounce it? Mitch Voigt. Man, you guys are hearing way more. I was only hearing some things in the top half of the first round. I had Eli Willits. He sent me the text like maybe 5-10 minutes before. Actually, maybe a little sooner, like 15-20. He said it was locked in, but I was like, I'm not posting that. Because if I post that, then if something went wrong with it, then I would be eaten alive, and I'm not going to do that. What are the Mets doing? Mitch Voigt, two-way player. Interesting. Let's look up Mr. Voigt. Ranked 149. A bit of a reach here for the Mets. Maybe they're going really underslot here to give them some more. Well, that makes sense, right? Because they lost the first pick. So maybe they're going really underslot here so they have more money to play with in the later rounds. That could be possible. Sounds like the strategy, in my opinion. But, I mean, they're not saying he's a two-way player here on Baseball America. He's got a balanced bat, 50 hit, 50 power, but he's a good athlete, 55 run, good arm at 60. Yeah, humble Philly fan. I'll probably do some kind of a draft grade video. It's so hard to grade a draft. Like, that's really tough because it's like you don't know how the future is going to go. But hey, people like that stuff, man. So I might do a video. Maybe tomorrow. Well, Joe Doyle says the Yankees are selecting Dax Kilby. Okay. Oh, Noah, thank you for signing up, my friend. Hold on one second here, everybody. Noah, thank you so much. Frontier Cinema, I need the Yankees to take Zach Root. They never drive to I'm really hoping they go with him. He was a beast for Arkansas this season. Bulldog mentality. Well, it doesn't look like they're going with him now. Let's see. What is the scouting report? He honestly seems like a guy the Yankees would take. He's got a 4-pitch mix. Everything's at least average, and he's got an above-average curveball and changeup, and he throws a lot of strikes. That sounds like a Yankee based off of the college pictures they've picked. I think that can make some sense. All righty. So who do we got? Well, they haven't updated this. They don't have the Mets on here. I don't know what's going on here. So we're in the competitive balance round. After this, we'll be wrapping it up. I got the home run derby tomorrow. Not bad. I forgot that's tomorrow. So let's go look up a little Dax Kirby. Whoop. Or Kilby. Good hit tool. 55 hit, 50 power. Good athlete, too. So, again, it's once again these shortstop prospects, man. It's not a surprise to me when you see him go this high. Especially one that has a good run tool, 55. And a good hit tool. You know? It's like, yeah, like, sure, you look at the field and the arm, and it's like, whatever. Like, you can work on those things. To me, though, when you got this kind of a profile coming out of high school, and you got a good build at 6'2", I mean, sure, he's ranked 75, but I'm not surprised that he ends up going here in the 30s. I don't know why they're not updating this. MLB.com, you were killing me. Why aren't you updating this? Go to current round. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, why wasn't it coming up before? Never mind. Well, here we go. We got the Dodgers coming up. Is it me or did things like slow down here? Like these picks were coming in so quickly. And all of a sudden things have just slowed down. But Dodgers, they got back-to-back picks here. So here we go. Can one of them, they have, like said earlier, they've been attached to Quentin Young. Oh, everyone, I didn't tell you the purchase that I made. The purchase. I got myself a little treadmill to put under my desk. My friends, the amount of steps that I've been getting here in the last couple of days, I'm wrecking it with the steps, ladies and gentlemen. I'm at 13,000 steps today. We're off the charts over here with the steps, man. Get yourself an under-desk treadmill if you work at home. Life changer, man. Life changer. That's all I wanted to share with you about a personal life story for me. That's how you know I'm getting old. That's how you know I'm getting old, man. I'm getting myself a walking pad. Oh boy, it's getting pretty bad over here, man. I gotta know, what are the Dodgers doing here, man? Did ESPN like tell Major League Baseball to slow down? Did you see how fast those picks were coming in the beginning of this? And now it's like just slowed down. I think ESPN said, hold your horses. We still got time here. Zach Root. Oh, we just talked about him. We just talked about Mr. Root. They took him away from our friend in the chat who wanted him to go to the Yankees. Well, there you go. You manifested it. Joe Doyle's just breaking all the picks here tonight. That man wants to get his Twitter revenue here tonight. I respect it. Mark, what are my best power lifts? Squat. These are all in competition with the USAPL. Very strict judging. This was at Nationals in 2017. Squat, 529. Deadlift, 562. Bench, 314. I am not a good bencher. I've improved a little bit over the last year. I've been making some progress on the bench, but yeah. Probably not competing in powerlifting ever again. I've been having some issues with my back on the right side. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm just broken, man. So. Brandon, can't believe the Phillies got another pitcher. Wheeler, Luzardo, Suarez, Sanchez, Nola. I mean, you got to think with. Oh, Dodgers. Charles Davalon, left fielder out of Arkansas. What do you know? An athlete. Another athlete for the Dodgers. A 55 run, 55 hit. Good bat to ball skills. Hit 346 last year, 14 homers. Just under an 1100 OPS. But yeah, Brandon, man. I love that pick. Love that pick for the Phillies, man. Love it. Rip Van Winkle. The Jays won the draft. I like JoJo Parker. I think that's going to be an unpopular pick in Blue Jays land. I think a lot of Blue Jays fans wanted pitching. I did see a lot of them say, "Oh no, we got to get a bat too." So, well, we got a couple more picks here. We got the Rays and we got the Marlins. Rays and the Marlins. Who do you think the Sox get with their next pick? I have no idea. I mean, they've taken two big old burly pitchers here. When do the Red Sox pick next? Just second round. They're not even. Oh, they're not in the second round. Yeah, the Red Sox, man, they don't got a pick for a while. How many rounds are going here tonight? Is it 3? So they're not picking until 87. I'm going to think with the Red Sox, they're probably going to snag some young prep players, I think. They're going heavy, college heavy with the pitching the last couple of years, and they're still sticking on that trend. I think they're going to get some prep players. I wouldn't be surprised with that at 87. Or another college pitcher. I wouldn't be surprised about that at all. So if we were to go here to the undrafted guys, I mean, who could be a guy around that range? Here come the Rays. There's Brendan Summerhill. He went off a lot later than I thought. Good hit tool. Good pick for the Rays. That's really good value right there. Man, the Rays are having themselves a good draft so far. Man, they got Daniel Pierce and Summerhill. That's not bad. Not bad at all. And then those are the only 2 picks they've had, right? Yeah, man, the Rays are having a nice draft right now. The Orioles are too. I mean, if you're looking at, the Orioles here, they got a couple of really good hitters out of college. Ike Irish and Caden Bodine. Riley, I mean, they got, holy cow, the Orioles, they're going very college heavy. Vahiva Aloy, and then you went with Slater DeBrun. I really like the Orioles draft. Man, they're getting some good upside with the bats. I mean, if I'm looking here, taking a look-see. I mean, I really like the D-backs right now. I think that's nice. You got a good bat in Cunningham, Patrick Forbes. Yeah, Brandon L., the Orioles. They got some good bats out of college. What do we have here? So the Mariners, Luke Stevenson I'm okay with. Good power guy. And you got Kade Anderson. Not bad. The Twins. Not bad either. Merrick Houston, Riley Quick, couple of college guys. Pretty solid. For the Red Sox, a bit of a reach with Marcus Phillips, in my opinion. Oh, I wish Gage would have gotten there, man. Oh, that would have been insane. But yeah, right now, I'd say my favorite. The Orioles, they've just had so many picks, but they're all really good college names. I like the Rays right now with Daniel Pierce and Summerhill. I like that a lot. I'd say right now, I don't know, man. The Orioles are looking good. Orioles are looking good, but they need some pitching. All position players. Mike Elias, he does not want to draft pitching. Here come the Marlins. Here's their second pick. Really love Iva Arquette. So let's see what the Marlins do here. Let's see. Who could the Marlins take here? Could they stick with college? Could they go Canarella here? That could be pretty good. You still got Anthony Ianson out there? That's interesting. The Red Sox, they passed on Ianson, who's ranked ahead of who they just took. But again, they went with like these big-bodied guys, which I have been on record saying many, many times that those are the pitchers, man. I don't know when I've talked about this. We've had so many streams and whatever. In the past, where I said, like, I love these, like, bigger guys, like Clemens in the past, like Schilling. Guys like that, they tend to last a long time. So Ianson, they went with a bigger guy over him. Oh, I just said that. Didn't I just say that? Did I say that? Or am I losing my mind? I'm pretty sure I did. That's a good couple of picks there for the Marlins. Good couple of picks. Iva Arquette and then Canarella. I like that a lot. Really nice first couple of picks for the Marlins. That's some good upside. They got a good contact bat with Canarella and a high power upside bat with Arquette. I like this Marlins draft so far. Everyone, that wraps it up here. I'm going to get out of here. Enough of my yapping. I'm out of here. But everybody, be on the lookout for some videos this coming week. I'm going to do some draft reaction stuff, and we'll have a good old time talking about that. And maybe I might do a first round reaction tomorrow. I think that's kind of where I'm leaning. And then, yeah. And maybe once the draft is over, I'll do like a recap of everything. But everybody, I got to get out of here. I'm hungry. And that might be why my brain's not fully firing during this. I got to go get some food. I'm very hungry. I know. I would love to stay for round 2. I'm sorry. But I'm out of here, everybody. Watch out for some videos for this coming week. And we'll talk to you next time. Don't forget, we are going to be live for the trade deadline as well. We got the all-day trade deadline stream. I'll be here for 8-9 hours that day. So I'm out of here, everybody. Go enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the draft. And I'll talk to you next time.